Everything starts with what I like to say, falling in love with a challenge or a problem. In my particular case, I fell in love with cities in general. The energy that cities bring, the innovation that cities bring. But when you fall in love with something, you also fall in love with its problems and its challenges. 40% of carbon emissions come from building and operating buildings. Now, if you live in less square footage, that means less steel, less concrete to build that apartment. It also means less heating and cooling, because you're heating and cooling less square footage. So we believe that the key here is to change the meaning of a square footage. There's about 200,000 people, new people, every day in cities. The solution is not to provide more spaces, because we don't have room for many more spaces in the world. We realized we had to change the paradigm, and the way we do it is by using robotics to give furniture and architecture superpowers. At Orbi, we create expandable apartments. Think about the space killers of our homes. Things like beds. You have a one-bedroom apartment and you have that bedroom that is a bedroom all day when you're only using it for 8 hours a day. What if you could press a button or a voice command or your phone and that bed could disappear and give room to a whole office space? What about space architecture on demand? The robotics have 3 layers: the skeleton, the muscle, and the brain. The skeleton is basically the things that allow the systems to move. It's those tracks that guide the system to move sideways, those wheels that allow a system to roll. The muscle is really the motors that you see are pretty small, the power electronics, the things that basically give that skeleton the capability and the motion. And last but not least, the brain is what has all the algorithms for safety, for reliability. The brain is also what allows the system to communicate with other internet devices, like your lights or your voice controller. Developing this type of solutions is very hard, because in some way it's a combination of products. You have a furniture product, you have electronics product for the controllers. You have a software product, because there's an app for all of this that allows you to control the systems. So in some way, it's like 4 or 5 companies or 4 or 5 products in one. When you think about cities and how do we make them more sustainable, how do we make them more affordable? Imagine a store, a clothing store that becomes a restaurant at 6 p.m., becomes a bar at 9, and then a club at midnight. You can start thinking how these solutions and these technologies could get applied in cities to make a space be much more than it is today. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to not only envision these solutions and these products, but build them, and also build them in a way that can scale to hundreds of thousands of apartments. It is a tough challenge, but at the same time, it's a very fun challenge.